Hello, beautiful people. Come on in and welcome back. We're here with an all-new episode of Point of View, and our guest co-host, Ree.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome back, girlie.
Yes, is here to join us for today's discussion. Yes, coming up on today's show, do y'all remember when Tom Brady had his roast session on Netflix last year? Well, now he's saying he completely regrets it. Now, we're breaking it down while the NFL legend is having second thoughts about the special, which featured Kevin Hart, Kim Kardashian, and a whole lot of shade. And later, don't miss Mind, Body, and Soul, an unpopular opinion. So pull up a seat and join the discussion. You're watching POV. I'm full of the songs today, y'all. Yes, I'm drawing all the words out. Okay, today, Tom Brady's Netflix roast was supposed to be all laughs, but for his kids, it hit differently. The NFL legend recently opened up about the 2024 comedy special, calling it a major parenting misstep after his children were hurt by the jokes about their mom, Giselle Bündchen. Tom admitted that even though he enjoyed the roast in the moment, the aftermath felt like a stake through the heart when his kids questioned, "Why did you do it?" Let's be honest. Do we feel like the family is being too sensitive or?
No.
Okay.
Because, I see the joke and all of that, but at the same time, this was their real life.
Yeah.
So imagine, your dad is a superstar and he's doing so great in the NFL, and everybody else love him, but you're not getting any time with him.
Right.
That's still his family. That's your dad. That lady wanted him to spend time with them.
Yeah.
So I don't see that. They're not overreacting.
I felt like, they were divorced. Were they divorced at the time? Anyway, if they were, I think because they think they're divorced now. But at any rate, I would feel like, people would be a little more sensitive about that. Because I would like, if it's my ex, I want to make sure that nothing gets confused here.
Right.
That we keep everything kind of nice and clean because we don't want to have any issues.
Correct.
That's what I would think. But, he's feeling differently about having a good time.
I feel like, baby, if it ain't my wife or my husband no more, baby, it's free game.
Oh,
y'all have fun. All due respect, say what you gotta say.
I'm trying to figure out what goes too far what goes too far? What goes too far when it comes to comedians though? Because it just seems like everything is a go. Like nothing is really off limits when it comes to comedians because that they're there to perform jokes and make fun of things and So, what was the joke?
Well, it was a roast.
Yeah,
so that's what people
they made
do.
A lot of jokes. I believe Kevin Hart said something to the effect of, if your wife was pressuring you to leave the NFL, and her threat was that if you didn't leave, you would lose your family. You should just go and let that family go, baby, and give up another year. That's what he said.
Well, we got a clip from Kevin Hart, I think, that's saying that.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Giselle said, "You retire or we're done." That's what she said to you, Tom. You retire or we're done. Let me tell you something. When you got a chance to go 8 and 9 and all it will cost you is your wife and your kids, you got to do what the fuck you got to do. Do you understand me?
Well, that was just funny, though.
That was
Y'all know he played too much anyway.
Yeah,
but imagine if you were the wife and kids who were hurt behind it. It's not funny when it's you.
Yeah, you really feel like it did cost you your family.
It really did.
But,
This is the
but I
real
mean,
life.
that's a roast. It's comedy. You know what's going to happen at a roast.
I
Come
don't
on.
care.
All he said is that, the opposite
Ex-husband-
of what you think.
Don't care. Ex-husband or not, he should have did like Will. See, that's why I like
He should have
Will.
got up and
Right
punched
there.
him.
That's what I want. As the ex-wife, I don't care.
He should have fake punched him like Will.
Oh, stop
Right.
it.
Right.
Yep. Fake punched him. I mean, do you think comedians should find that balance to not go that far?
That's what I'm saying. What's too far? What is too far? They crack mama jokes. They crack on everybody. So what is too far? You have to know when you're dealing with a comedian, they are there to entertain.
Yeah, to entertain and be funny.
I mean,
Crack on themselves.
and
I
say
feel like
things
things,
people don't
I feel like some things should be off limits, but at the same time, how you gonna tell them how to do their job?
Yeah.
What things should be off limits? Like what?
I remember we talked about it a long time ago, and we were talking about this comedian that went viral for, I think he made a racist slur or something like that. But it was like it was racist. It was very racist.
Oh.
And he got in trouble for I forgot what he said, but he said something very racist. He was a black man and he said something racist and it was just like everybody was in such an uproar and I was just like, I really want to know what's too far. Like I feel like something should be off limits, but then how do you dictate who could say what?
And when are they, like, where would these new parameters come from? Because, what we expect from comedy from way back
It's
when.
for them to take it too far.
Exactly, and it's a free-for-all, so it's either you have tough skin or you don't.
Don't sit in the front row at a comedy show.
Don't do it. Everybody knows
if I'm
that.
not in the front row, baby, I'm not going. So when I go, I make sure that I'm real cute. In case you want to crack on me, baby, I'm ready.
Okay.
But
Put the camera on me.
Right. I think it's hard though as a comedian. I've done some stand up, but I talk about my family. I don't really talk about people in the audience, but
Kevin Hart
out there,
mostly
child.
talks about his family and made up stories.
Yeah, but I guess maybe it was because other people were saying things about her. But again, this is a roast. You
Right.
know this is what's gonna
but the
happen.
thing is,
Right.
Tom said that his kids is the one that said to him like that the next day, like, Dad, how was that funny?
Yeah.
So imagine your hurt kids who now don't even have you, probably like, in house. So it's like, Dad, how was that funny, Dad?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think in that moment you would just have to explain to them that it wasn't a serious moment. Like this person wasn't seriously talking bad about your mother. This was a roast. And in a roast, people are talked about.
Right.
And
It doesn't mean it's like serious or they mean it. It's
Right.
just jokes.
It's a joke.
right.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
You just joke on
But
me.
people always get hurt when it's kind of like too close to accurate,
Correct.
Yeah.
Like that's
well,
the,
now.
that's not
That's
it's
something.
a
That's what
joke
they say when
and
a joke
jab.
when a joke's got a little bit of truth in it.
Right.
Yeah, that hurts. Now, the next story, this is very devastating. It has been all over our timelines. A man by the name of Rodney Hinton Jr. is being held without bond, accused of intentionally hitting and killing an Ohio sheriff's deputy just a day after his 18-year-old son Ryan was shot and killed by police. Ooh. Now, we can't imagine the kind of heartbreak and anger he must have been feeling as a father, but now his grief has turned into a murder charge. So here's the question: where do we draw the line between a father's pain and such a violent act like this?
I can't even imagine how the father feel.
Right.
I thought that the person that he killed, I thought that was the same police who did it to the man. So I was just like, hey, it is what it is. At the same time, though, I'm serious. So at the same time, I didn't felt grief before with someone who was taken away from me. And I really, I didn't care either. But it's like, in my mature mind, that wasn't the one who did that. So you should have, if you was going to do that. Yeah, you took an innocent one. It's like, but I do get how every time these police get to do whatever they want to do and they get nothing. Yeah. So it's like, sometimes you have to set an example, even though it was a bad one.
Yeah.
Because people getting tired of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like people are getting tired. It is unfortunate and it's sad to see, especially because that wasn't the officer that was responsible for taking his son's life.
Right.
But I'm sure his son wasn't the one responsible for doing whatever it is that they killed him for.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel like, as much as, the government and, people are in an uproar about it, it still doesn't work to our benefit, because then we see things like on April 28th, that Donald Trump has now enacted martial law that's supposed to be going into effect soon. And so he's saying that the whole point is that, the black neighborhoods, well, one of his points is that black neighborhoods are so unsafe that black people are begging for the military to be there to aid them so that they can stay safe. And so, it's just, listen, I'm not even scratching the surface on it. Y'all do your research, but this is where they say we at now, not where we're going, where we at.
Where we at? My gosh. Yeah, when I heard that this happened, I really felt some type of way. Because it seems like, how do you stop? How do you stop it? If people are going to keep killing, what do? You can't talk to them. You can't humanize yourself to them. So what do you do?
Correct.
I think it starts with law enforcement, honestly, because they are trained to kill.
Yeah.
Like it's shoot first.
Shoot first.
And ask questions later if the person survives.
Yeah.
That's how they're trained. Police officers are trained to literally shoot first. So I think maybe we should start there. Maybe we should get back to the days where they just, tase somebody, like give them a little shock or something.
Yeah.
Unless they have a deadly weapon, then, but even when you pull out a gun, like if you feel like you're about to be harmed or whatever as a police officer, like shoot to kill is crazy.
Yeah.
Because you're literally taking a life, like if that person isn't really attacking you. I feel like they should shoot him in the knee.
Yeah.
Shoot him in the arm.
Shoot to injure.
Shoot them so that they drop their weapon or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Shoot them in their hand. Like shoot to kill is just, for me, it's just outrageous. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and when I listened to the video, it said that the camera didn't pick up what actually transpired. So it didn't pick up that he actually had a gun or that he pointed it at the sheriff or the deputy, whatever. It didn't pick up any of that.
Right.
So it's kind of like he said, oh, well, I saw, but it's like the same story. Oh, I saw something. And then now this person, the child is dead.
No, just like they saw Trayvon Martin with something and he had Skittles.
But the sad part is that, the police are getting immunity under these things that Trump has already done in these little 100 days that he's been in, and I feel like, I'm not the most politically inclined person. I say it all the time, but we have got to pay attention to what is going on right now because even in cases like this, the military is getting ready to come in to back up the police and they will have immunity. So we got to pick our battles here.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I'm scared for those days.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And martial law?
Yeah.
In the black community, child. What? Okay. So we have to take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, it's time for Mind, Body, and Soul, an unpopular opinion. Stay tuned. You're watching POV Darling.
It's Wednesday, hump day. And I got a question. So, what is an adult problem that no one ever prepared you for?
Bills.
Yes, I'm right there with you, sister. Debt.
Bills.
No one prepared us for debt, and we did not ask to be here. So I feel like you should automatically prepare your children for debt.
Yeah. It's called adulting, darling, because that's what's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bree, you look like you want to say something, but
She want to say bills.
I don't know.
Bills.
My mama right there. I can't say all that. No, I'm just playing. I don't know. I really was thinking about it all day. I really don't know, like, what I wasn't prepared for.
Oh, you don't have problems?
That means your mom did an amazing
Correct,
job.
she did. But what I'm saying is, like, the stuff that I wasn't prepared for, it's kind of like out of her control. You know what I'm saying?
Bills.
I think my mom prepared me for those things.
Yeah.
I think maybe what I wasn't prepared for is going further. Like, I mean, you're taught to a certain level, but then I guess that's on you at that point. You have to kind of figure out
Like
how to
career-wise?
go career-wise, financially, relationships. I mean, there's a distance, and sometimes that distance may not be covered to prepare you for those times, Like even marriage. I mean, are we really prepared for marriage, or are we just doing what we think we should do?
I'm not prepared for that conversation, but for you guys, if you guys have or know a problem that you weren't prepared for as an adult, drop it down in our comments, and we're going to get back to the show.
All right, Junie's gonna cough us back into this section of the show. There we go. Welcome back. This is the part of the show where we get real about everything from self-care to mental health. Let's get into Mind, Body, and Soul. Okay, so we all know that one person that is always, really bragging about how exhausted and tired they are. I'm so
Yes,
tired. I'm doing so much, man. Some people call it the grind, but it's really just burnt out in disguise. Burnout in disguise. Everyone's out here saying, I don't sleep, man. I work, honey. I work. But are we actually building something or just running on empty? Let's get into why being tired and burned out all the time is not the same as being successful.
Correct. I'm the person that they're talking about, guys. But yeah, I just always thought like you just gotta grind. Yeah. Especially like when you have your own business or whatever. I just always feel like you have to grind. But it's like when I try to take a nap, I can't even nap because my brain keeps running.
Yeah.
So I be exhausted. It feels like I'm a hamster in a hamster cage. That's describing it to perfect to the T, which that is not good.
Yeah.
Because where is the rest? If I don't ever rest and my mind never rests, what am I really doing?
Yeah,
Like,
it's just spinning.
It's literally just spinning
Yeah.
and it's just going. It's not what it is. So listen, y'all. Y'all do not have to grind all day 24/7. That is not it. You grind a little bit, you rest, you enjoy the fruits of your labor. You only get one life. Get out here and make experiences. Don't just grind and then your whole life be done past. Next thing you know, you 50 years old and what have you did? What have you did but grind?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I feel like that comes from like maybe some type of program that they've been putting into this
Yes.
music. Where Boosie was INDEPEND.
Here we go to
Exactly.
music.
Listen,
Here we
led
go
us
to music.
astray. Right. Listen, and you know, we hear it all the time, and people are constantly saying, "Work smarter, not harder." And still, we are programmed that we're supposed to work so hard.
Yeah. Right.
And so now I am happy that we're getting introduced to all this information about systems and automations and things like that. And so I think that we really need to slow down and reevaluate our life and our systems and our businesses and see what is missing. Because right now with technology, AI, virtual assistants, there's so many things that can do a lot of the work for us. But because we're so independent and so hardworking, we're rushing to the grave.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, rushing to
I
the
feel like,
grave.
not rushing to the grave.
Oh,
I feel like
no.
people should do their research so that they can work smarter and not harder.
Yeah.
how do we differentiate like just doing busy work? Oh, we just grinding to actually being successful, actually getting something accomplished?
I think that's situational depending on your career because people in, like IT, like they have to stare at a computer all day, but people like us, we stare at each other all day.
I don't stare at y'all all
I don't stare at y'all
You
either.
stare at me. No, I feel like it's situational. It depends on your career choice, whether how much work you really got to do, because we come to work every day and we sit up here and we talk and we laugh and we gossip, and other
I don't
people.
gossip.
Gossip.
Y'all are gossip queens. Let's not.
Listen, long as I ain't bearing false witness, baby, it is what it is.
Okay, we're gonna call it a kettle black if it's black.
Oh my goodness. How do you prioritize like your well-being from, again, like sometimes we could just be like busy. I mean, we feel like we're doing some work, getting something, but you're just being busy. How do we put that in perspective and add ourselves in there, making ourselves important and taking care of, inside?
I literally be waiting till the last minute until my body can't take no more, and that is
I've done
wrong.
that. Yep.
That is why I'm started today.
Okay.
When I'm tired, and I'm just gonna rest.
This conversation did that.
Yes, it
Okay.
did it for real. I'm not doing
Listen,
all
I
that.
told somebody the other day, baby, I said I probably haven't had a nap in about 10 years. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, listen, I'm telling you,
No.
I was on the phone with my cousin the other day, and she told me she was taking a nap.
Oh yeah.
Where do that at?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna take a nap. That's me. I'm
I
going
thought
to
that
sleep.
was for babies in pre-K.
I literally
No.
just saw on Facebook, it was a story last week from a lady who was a chef. I forgot where from. She's from America, but I just forgot where from.
Okay.
She had constantly kept posting on her page like 3 days straight, like I'm tired. Then she posted the next day, oh my God, I wish it was two of me. And then the third day, she died.
Stop it.
She literally died. She just started this catering business. Rest in peace to her, but she died.
Oh
This
my
lady
God.
had been saying she's tired, and she's like young. She kept saying she's tired. She's exhausted.
But you speak things over your life.
Yeah, so that's why I wrote in my journal today. I said, I'm tired. I say, never mind. I need a nap.
Right.
Right. I ain't trying to clock out. That was actually real quick.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah,
My
I think, that also comes from like over promising, because that's something that I do sometimes. And it's like, because I'm such a giver, if someone asks me to do something, I'm going to say, yeah, I can do it. When I know realistically, there's no way I can do it.
Yeah.
And then I try to do it and I still
fit it
do it
in.
and I'm missing out on sleep. And I'm just like, you know what? I can't let these people kill me.
Yeah,
So having to learn to say no.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that.
Boundaries.
It's hard.
I'm not good at that.
Boundaries.
All right,
Who?
y'all.
I'm gonna say no.
Oh, Miss Junie say, I know how to say no. Okay.
Not really, because when I be asking her for the makeup wipes when we getting dressed,
She said no.
She be looking like she want to say no, but she say yes
I
every time.
never heard her say no.
I know she be needing it, y'all. So I'm gonna share.
Don't do it.
All right, y'all. It's time for our final segment of the day. And in this segment, things tend to get a bit controversial. Let's get into it. Unpopular opinion. All right. We have an inside joke, y'all. I'm sorry. Now, look, we're not knocking anyone's weight loss journey, whether it's the gym, dieting, or even surgery. But one method is blown up. It has blown up everywhere lately. It is Ozempic. Originally.
Oprah? Who?
Ozempic. Oh,
Lord, get off Oprah name.
Oh my goodness. Originally for type 2 diabetes, it's now a go-to for weight loss. Right now, you need a doctor's prescription. But over in the UK, that might be changing.
Wow.
They're talking about making it available over the counter at local pharmacies. The question is, should these slimming shots become too accessible, or are they becoming too accessible?
That's too.
You think
that's
so?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
accessible.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Have you seen these celebrities who are on Ozempic? They look scary, like they are in pain, like it hurts them.
It don't hurt
to
nobody.
move and walk around.
No, but you know what's crazy? For it to become too accessible, like in pharmacies and stuff like that, it makes me scared.
Like you can
Because
get like Advil.
No, I think that I always think that the government be trying to put something in something to kill people.
Yeah,
off.
they do. But
That's
you don't have to worry about that with Ozempic, because first of all, at the end of the day, they can make it over the counter if they want to, but it's $1,200. So who has easy access to it?
Yeah.
But perhaps they're going to lower.
Who gonna go get it?
They might lower the cost if it's gonna be over the counter.
No.
First
They're
of all,
gonna up the cost if it's over the counter.
them
if it's more
boosters
accessible.
gonna find a way to get up there and get it. I got
No.
Ozempic to sell.
Lord, baby, if
I
you
got
find
Ozempic.
one, send them my way.
Ozempic started as a diabetes medication, but now it's the go-to for weight loss. Do you think that this shift says, like, hey, just lose the weight, get it off, no worries, just get it all off? Like they say, the celebrities, get it like all the way off to you. Just look scary.
It's falling all the way to their bones.
Oh,
Most of these people look like bones.
It's like they don't know when to
scary.
stop.
I don't know if they know when to stop. Tally. I don't know if they don't know when to stop, or like they just like, it's really what it is. What I feel like it is, it's body dysmorphia. You see these people online and you think, oh my God, I have to have the flattest stomach and I have to have, this Coke shaped body, and Ozempic is, I think, going to get you there, but too fast, like unnaturally too fast.
It ain't that fast.
And that's why we have the world's greatest advocate here.
Hey, baby, if y'all want to give me a deal, I'm not ashamed to say it, baby, and I ain't too proud to beg. Listen to me.
No.
Listen, first and foremost, the weight does not come off that fast, and these people that have, are experiencing body dysmorphia, they had it before Ozempic. Ozempic is just a quicker way for them to get there. Most regular people, they get on Ozempic, then they get off because they can't afford it no more. They done lost the plug. Then they gain all the weight right back. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, you got to lose the weight, and it is a jump start that a lot of people need, because most people, they have such unhealthy eating habits and workout regimens, or the lack of, that they cannot get the weight off. But me, baby, Ozempic, if you want to know, I done lost 50 pounds on you, baby. Give me a deal.
Oh my goodness. Well, it even helps mothers who have had, children that need
I
to
was
get
one of
that
them.
weight
That
off.
was me.
That
That
is
was
hard
me.
to come off. Sometimes you do just need a little help.
Little help.
But I think
Okay.
maybe if they also incorporate eating habits, proper eating habits, because I don't think it's something that you're supposed to stay on.
You're not.
Yeah, because
especially
when
when
you
you have
lose the weight that
diabetes.
fast, what do you do with the skin?
They say
When
it
you
can
just-
affect your kidneys and stuff too.
Oh, really?
But I mean, everything, chips can affect your kidneys.
Affects
We ain't gonna stop eating them.
I'm not doing
Anything
this with
can
Callie
affect
today.
you, child. Anything.
I'm so sorry. I'm not doing this with
The
her.
air we breathe can give you cancer. I mean, what you gonna do? Stop breathing?
We all gonna die
Get
from
me
something,
that
right?
Ozempic. Oh my gosh. Do you think it distracts us from being able to have the long-term effects?
No, it jump starts them because when you have that weight on you, you know, weight is literally weight. You know,
really
it's something
is.
that can block your self-image, So at the end of the day, once the weight comes off, it gives you a new sense of self. And you don't ever want to be big again because now I see myself since I've been off Ozempic. Give me some more. But since I've been off Ozempic, I check my weight every day. And if I see that I gained a pound, y'all can say it's unhealthy or whatever, but I'm sure y'all need to check y'all weight too. Okay? I check my weight every day, and if I see I gained a pound or I overate, the next day I may not eat.
Yeah.
But that ain't none of y'all business. I'm staying right where I want to be.
Right. So hopefully it'll promote a healthier way of eating
It has.
and a healthier lifestyle.
I reserve myself to kids' meals now.
Oh, okay.
Small
All
portions.
right. Well, that's a wrap for today's show. But before we sign off, they are hilarious. We'll leave you with the quote of the day. You don't make progress by standing on the sidelines whimpering and complaining. You make progress by implementing ideas.
And Ozempic.
Shirley Chisholm, thanks for hanging out with us today. We'll catch you next time right here
Baby,
on PRP.